The Niagara Falls Rotary Club is celebrating the 100th anniversary of the chartering of their club in 2021. And to commemorate the occasion, they've partnered with Niagara Parks for the installation of a clock tower along the Niagara Parkway, just down from the Canadian Falls.
So this is our commemorative clock we've had installed. In the background you can see how it's put together, and what it is, it's being put in place in cooperation with the Niagara Parks Commission to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Club of Niagara Falls. We were established in 1921, and of course 100 years later here we are, and this is going to let everybody know how long we've been around and the fact that we're here in town at all.
Now this project here that you have, did you have to fundraise for this one?
Yes, we did, but we also had a donor, a very generous donor that had given us money toward the installation of the clock itself. So we do funds for this, but most of our funds we want to put back into the community, not spend it on clocks and stuff, but our donor was very helpful in paying for a lot of it.
Obviously you're doing this in partnership with the Niagara Parks, and I'm sure that was a great partnership to be a part of.
It really was. Now, it took a long time to get it processed. We've been at this for about a year and a half, believe it or not, trying to get everything worked through and all the details and how it's going to happen, because they're a government agency. They have a lot of different limitations that they have to work within, but they've been very, very helpful doing that. So once we got the approvals and everybody was on board with it, it was just as slick as you can imagine. Everything went so smoothly. They've been very professional, very helpful, very understanding of what our hopes were, because there's, of course, a very big park to work with, and the big question was, where are we going to put this thing? And we wanted it to be very visible, and the park said, yes, I understand that. It's no point in having a clock that nobody can see. And so I think it's one of the nicest locations in the park that we could ever hope for. We're very happy with it, and we're really pleased that the Parks was as helpful as they were. David Adames and Sandy Bellows were the two main players that we were working with, and they were just super.
So John, they're installing the clock today, but there will be an official unveiling ceremony somewhere down the line, won't there?
Yes, there is. Yeah, today we wanted to have it installed well ahead of time, because all kinds of things go wrong with this pandemic. You never know how things are going to shake out as far as timing goes. And so what we did is we had it installed in March. We didn't know exactly when, but here we are today. And the actual official opening, the unveiling, is going to be on May the 8th. That's a Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to have lots of different people from Rotary, from the city, from the region, coming out to offer a few words and to celebrate with us the 100th anniversary of the founding of Niagara Falls Rotary Club.
COVID-19 unfortunately has limited some of Rotary's fundraisers, but you guys have still been active in the community.
Yes, we have. Now, thankfully, what we've been able to do over the years is to raise funds, and we don't always spend every nickel that we raise right away. We have some in reserve, thankfully, because there's been a lot of different requests for funding this year, because there's a lot of people that still need it and haven't been able to do their fundraising. So we've been thankful we've been able to do that. But what we have been able to do is we have 4 fundraisers every year. We have a golf tournament, and a lobster fest, and a trivia night, and a TV auction. And of course, the Lobster Fest and the Trivia Night are group events indoors. We couldn't host those. That was a real impact on our fundraising efforts. We could, though, still have our golf tournament and our TV auction. And Cogeco has been very helpful and very cooperative with for 25 years in doing the fundraising on the TV auction with us. So we were still managing to do that as well. So we're making it through, and we'll be just fine. We're really looking forward to having these fundraisers again in the new year.
Just tell us what kind of charities that Rotary supports here in Niagara.
All kinds of things, and a lot of them have to do with the helping of children. So all kinds of different programs that we have for kids. Breakfast program that we support. There's Project Share that we've donated to. We have literacy programs that we sponsor, so books for kids and things like that. We also have scholarships that we have in the high schools. We donate a scholarship each year to 4 different kids in the high schools for their furthering their education. So lots of stuff having to do, mostly kid-oriented.
So when people walk by and they see this clock, what do you want them to think of?
I want them to know that Rotary is in town, that we're here, and that we've been here for 100 years doing all the work that we do. And it may prompt them to want to contribute or help out in some way, either by volunteering or doing projects on our behalf, or attending our fundraisers, because we have a lot of them throughout the year too.
Congratulations to the Niagara Falls Rotary Club on their 100th anniversary. and for the commemorative monument that will greet millions of guests for years to come, reminding them of the great work that Rotary does in our community. In Niagara Falls, you're watching The Source.